All right, in this video, I'm going to weld the center bar stainless trim together. I've chopped this roof 4 inches, and now I'm doing all the window treatments and stainless. And I want to get to this today, as I want to weld the center bar together. I've already cut it down. I have it fitting really good, so I'll pull it back off and we'll weld it together. Okay, I have the center bar removed from the car, and you can see where I removed the 4 inches out of the center, and now I want to weld them together. So what I'm going to use for a filler is the same material. It's strips of stainless that I've cut off another piece of trim. I'll show you what I did there. I'll cut a piece now, and I'm cleaning it with lacquer thinner too, because I don't want anything to cause any problems while I'm welding. It's just a little bit dirty, and it is my filler rod, so I want it as clean as possible. So let me put the phone in the stand here, and then I'll cut off a strip of this, and then we'll get to welding this. Okay, what I want to do is I want to back this up with copper. This being so thin, when I weld this, I want the back of the weld to be just as nice as the top. And one way of doing that with thin material like this is to back it up with copper. So I'm going to cut a section of this off, shape it to the same shape as this, and try to get it to fit as tight as I can. There we go. It's fitting pretty good. And so on the behind these it's folded over, so I'm just tucking it in there. It might be a little tricky to remove it after I weld it, but I could just slide it out the end. Okay. There. That's going to back it. I want it to fit tight on there. Yeah, that should be good. And then I can clamp this down to this piece of steel. I have to get this peak lined up just right. Okay, I'm going to wipe everything down with lacquer thinner, and then, like I was showing earlier, I'm going to cut these little strips of stainless off a similar piece of trim off the car. That's going to act as my filler. The reason I'm not using just a regular stainless is, even if I blend this perfectly, you'll see a ghost line. It's a little bit different make of stainless, and so if I use the same material, I should be able to blend this where you won't even see it. So let me wipe everything down. I'm going to cut this little section off here. Oops. Okay, I'm going to use this block as my straight edge. It's got some weight to it, so I could push it against it and hopefully it doesn't move. And let's cut a strip of this off for our filler. Let's straighten it out. Okay, there's our filler rod. That should be enough. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see this part because I got to push this block up against it. I just have to make sure it's straight, so maybe I could turn it sideways. It might be hard to see what I'm doing, but I'll tack it and then I should be able to move the block. All right, another filler. Okay, now let's make sure it's where I want it before we get too far. I gave it just a little extra right on the top of the peak so I can knock it down and blend it. Now let's get these corners. It's sinking it in, but we're gonna hammer it out. I'm not worried about that. from the heat, it's bringing it in. Okay. All right, it's welded. Now we're gonna hammer it out. We'll slide the copper out of there, hammer it out, and then we'll blend it smooth. I gotta take this jacket off, I'm sweating. All right, there it is welded. Let's see if we can get the focus. And we'll slide the copper out now, and then we'll hammer this out. You can see how the heat brought it in. That's okay. I'm not worried, not concerned. That's fixable. The key was getting a good penetrated weld with a little bit extra so I can blend it and not get into this material, the parent material, when I blend it out smooth. Let's see if we can slide that out. Okay, here we go. And you can see that's a strong weld. So this piece is solid. I got plenty to hammer on, and this thing is not coming apart. So even when I blend the outside flush, there's still a lot of material back here. All right, so I'm gonna hammer this up a little bit because it's sunk down from the weld, so I'm gonna bring it back up before I start blending it. I have to be pretty exact with my hits, so I can use a hammer and a punch. I have this little hammer here. I'm just gonna hit that weld. As this stretches back out, it's going to lay flat. I'm gonna polish this because as I get that weld down further, you're gonna start seeing anything that's on this is gonna imprint on here. So let me smooth that out. All right, I just smoothed it out. And I'm just stretching that weld back out. All right, I'm gonna knock some of these highs down, and then I'll keep hammering it. I'm just knocking the high ones down. Anything that's low, I'm not getting into it. You don't want to angle this to get the weld out. You want to have this perfectly flat. If it's not getting it when this is flat, that area has to come up. So I'm just knocking those down. It's a very slow process. All right, I'm going to color it with a Sharpie. That's going to show me any lows. So the weld here is still high, which is good. I'm going to knock that down some more, but I can see it's low here. Okay, I'm going to hit this area up a little bit. I can see it's low right here still. There. I'm not really putting a lot of pressure. I'm really just using this to like a guide. All right, let me hit some more. The 90 degree. Can't get behind there that well. Got to put behind there. You can see the weld's high. It's the only part that's getting marked, or the mark is coming off. I can see the lows now. Feel that one, geez. All right, I've been filing it and just take my time and hammering and dialing around it to get the metal to come back up. And you can see the weld is pretty much gone. And where there's a Sharpie, that's just a low. So I'm going to continue lightly just hammering out a little bit without trying to put any divots in this because it's just a little bit of a low, and then continuing sanding. And this is like hardly any, this is nothing. This is not taking any metal off. It's just telling me where the low is. It's just knocking the marker off. So I'm basically at the point now where no more removing metal, just moving it around. It's just a very slow, tedious process, but once it's done and it's buffed out, it'll be perfect. That's what we're aiming for, is perfection. This area right there, you have to be really accurate where you're hitting. It's to the point where I really can't feel it. Maybe just a little bit right there. Okay, I think that's good. Let's start polishing it, see what we got. Okay, I've been sanding it and I'm up to 1,000 now, and now I'm wet sanding it. And then I'm gonna stop at 1,500. I got one of these assorted grit paper packs from O'Reilly. It's about 10 bucks and goes from 180 to 1,500. And then after that, I'll hit it with a buffer. All right, I think that's pretty much it. I used 1,500 grit wet sand and then hit it with the buffer. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I hope this helped you if you're getting ready to weld any stainless for your car or do any repairs to the stainless. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.